Hello there, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Emmanuel, and in this tutorial we'll be creating the sample of the promotional flyer we have on our screen here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to other people and it helps us to create more amazing contents like this. Without further ado, let's get started. Now the first thing we want to do is to select this image that we have on our screen here, and then we hit on the delete icon to delete it. Next up, we want to head on to the three dot on the top right corner of our screen, and then we head on to image size. The dimension for this design is 1280 by 1280 pixels, and we'll click OK. Now what we want to do is we want to change the background of our design, and we'll be clicking on this icon that we have here. So once we click on the icon, we head on to color here, and we're going to be using this gradient color. Now that we have our color, we'll check. So the next thing we want to do is to import the resources that we'll be using for this design. Now all the resources that are used in this tutorial will be linked in the description of this video. Kindly check it out. So we'll head on to the plus icon here, and we'll head on to gallery, and then we'll bring in our resources one after the other. So we have them here, and we'll start with this, and we'll bring it in this way nicely, and then we'll like to resize it all the way down. Just scale it all the way down this way, scale it a little bit, and then we'll just position it over here like this, and we have it there nicely. So we'll head on to the plus icon again and to the gallery, because all we'll be doing this time around is just to be bringing in our resources. So we're going to be bringing the next one, and we have this, bring it in, and then we'll just scale it up a little bit this way, and we'll position it over here nice and good. So we head on to the plus icon again, and then to gallery, and then we want to bring in this greenish background that we have here. So we just position this here, and then we'll scale it up this way, scale it up like this, and we have it here. But what I want to do is I want to flip this green background that we have here. So with this selected, I will select the shape icon, and then I'll look for the crop option, which is this, and I'll flip it so that it faces the other side, and I click OK. So I have it here nicely, and I'll just scale it up this way, just scale it up this way like this, and I have it here nicely. So I'll head on to the plus icon again and to my gallery, and I'll bring the remaining resource that I'll be using. I want to bring in the milk background, which is this, and I have it here. I'll just scale it up this way, and I'll position it over here nicely. To the plus icon again and to the gallery, and I will bring in it this, crop it out a little bit, and I have it. Drag it all the way down this way, and I'll place it over here. And with that selected, I want to go to the color filter here, and I'll increase the brightness a little bit all the way to 25 pixels, and I click OK. So I head on to the plus icon again and to the gallery, and then I will bring in the other resources we'll be using for this design. So I have this, and I'll crop it down a little bit crop it down a little bit, and I click OK, and I'll place it over here nicely. So what I want to do to this is to scale it down a little bit so that it match up to what I have here. So I'll just scale it down a bit, and I'll drag this all the way to this side, this way. Try to position it nicely here. And I'll try to position this nicely. So I head onto the plus icon again, and I'll bring other resources. So all we'll be doing is to be adding our resources and to be positioning them properly. So I have this, and I'll crop it down a little bit and just scale it all the way down this way. Scale it all the way down. So I head onto the plus icon again, and I'll bring one of this again, and I have it here. Select it, and I'll crop it down a little bit. Crop it all the way down, and I click OK. So I'll just scale this down. And I'll be placing this over here nicely. So the next thing I want to do is to add the other cow at the left hand side. So I head onto the plus icon and then to my gallery as well, and then I look for this cow image that we have here. So I bring it onto our design, and then I'll just place it over here. And what I want to do is to erase this part that I don't want. So with that selected, I'll head on to the erase tool, and then I will increase the size of the brush, increase the hardness, and then I'll just erase around this because I don't want this part. Just erase it out nice and good, and I have it there nicely. So I click on OK. So the next thing I want to do to that is to scale it down a little bit. So I'll just scale it down a little bit, and I'll bring it downward this way so that I have it there nicely. So as you can see guys, our design is turning out really nice. So the next thing we want to do is to add our text. So we head onto the plus icon and to text, and we'll type the first text, which is go for tasty. So we'll type it out this way, and we'll click OK, and we're going to select this, and we'll select the text icon, and then we'll make a copy from this, and we'll type the second text, which is peak yogurt. Yogurt drink. And we'll click OK. So the next text we have, which is the last, we'll make a duplicate of this, and then we'll just edit it. We'll click done, and we'll click OK. So we have it there nicely. So the next thing we want to do is to start positioning our text. So we'll just select this, and then with the text option selected, we're going to reduce the size all the way down to 20 pixels, and we have it there, and we'll click OK. And then we'll head on to color. I'll be changing the color to this dark blue color that we have here, and we'll click OK. The next thing we want to do is to head on to fonts, and we're going to be changing this font to a font that I installed here on Pixellab. And if you don't know how to install fonts on Pixellab, I will leave a link in the description of a video where I showed a step-by-step on how to install fonts on Pixellab. The font that we'll be using for this is called the Erase Bold ITC, and we have it here nicely, and we'll click on it. So we'll select this and we'll drag it all the way down here, position it, we'll position it over here this way, and then all we want to do is to bend the text to make it look a little bit like a circle. So we'll head on to the curve option here, and then we'll curve it inwardly a little bit this way, and we have it there nicely. So we'll select this other text here, and then we'll head on to the text option here, and we're going to be changing the font as well to the previous font that we use, which is the Erase Bold IBTC. So we'll just look for the font here, and we have it here, and we'll click on OK. So we're going to change the size of this to 30 pixels, and we have it there nicely. We'll click on OK. Select this as well, and then we'll head on to the font, and we're going to be changing it to the same font, and we have it here, and we'll click OK. And we want to change the size to 40 pixels, so we have it at 40 pixels, and we'll click OK. Or maybe let's just reduce it to 35, and we'll click OK. So the next thing we want to do is to align the text to the center. So we select the text alignment option, and we align it to the center, and we want to reduce the line spacing or the line height of the text, so we have it there nicely. So what we want to do is to position this over here, right, and we'll be positioning this over here as well. So we have it here nicely. So we just shift this element a little bit, let's shift them a little bit. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial, and as you can see, our design is looking all that nice. I would like to hear your thought in the comment section. Kindly share that with me. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.